Hello, big, big world. So, I had my first ever colonoscopy on Monday. That was different. I think it's important to share on these types of things, and hopefully that's okay. So if if you're not prepared to have a colonoscopy, go ahead and scroll past. But and it's different for every person. So I called it was on Monday. So on Sunday, I called the GI person on call 3 times to ask questions. The first one was, can I put Crystal Light in, because some of the they're like powders that like laxatives, and so they said yes, I could put Crystal Light in the solution. And then I called back at 4 and was like, I just drank the whole bottle of magnesium citrate, and it says, I guess I was supposed to do that yesterday. And so it's different for every person, but they said, yeah, go ahead and start drinking the solution in about 2 or 3 hours. And so I did that, and then I threw up, and because I think I drank it too fast. And but I didn't think that the prep was as bad as people think it is. Had I not added the Crystal Light to the solution, it would have been a whole lot worse. It would have, I would have been like really like choking it down. And then I drank the other half in the morning. My appointment was at 12:30 and the procedure was at 1. And so they said, that was the third time that I called, was, can I still take my sleep medications? And they said yes. And they just said, that I could drink the rest of the solution because it said within 1 hour, but they were like, I was like, I drank so much and then I threw up, like, can I drink it over more than an hour? And they said, yeah, you can start like earlier, as long as you're done by 9 a.m. drinking it, and then no water after 10 a.m. so that you can have your procedure at 1. So, that was all just fine and good. When I went in for the procedure, they talked about me being in a twilight sleep. And so it brought me back to after I had the seizure in 2021, and they said I was going to be in a twilight sleep. They were like, some people don't remember it at all. I remember it. I remember it, and it hurt. They went in through my groin up to my brain. And, they went through an artery, and like, I remember it, and it was traumatizing. So it was like my body was having that memory. Once they said twilight sleep, they said, if you wake up, we don't want you to be like, we don't want you to like freak out or anything. And it was like, oh, I'm freaking out right now. I'm freaking out now. And I was like, can somebody just hold my hand, please? Like, I spoke up for myself. I recognized that my nervous system was lit up, and I asked for what I wanted, which was for somebody to hold my hand. And they did, and they turned the lights off, and they were like, do you want your phone? And I was, while you're waiting, and I was like, no. But I do wish that I had had my phone when they offered it to me. But I think it's really important to just like that I spoke up for what I wanted, rather than like, just suffering through in silence. And it was a big deal for me, I'm so used to just enduring, just this is all that you deserve is and you're inconveniencing people. And it's it was just really like that I asked for what I wanted. And so I was like, can I have somebody hold my hand? And so they nobody was in the room with me for a few minutes, so they were like, you can use this wadded up washcloth as like a something to like a squeeze ball. And so I was like tapping my forehead like this, and I couldn't even feel it, because my nervous system was just so lit up. And then I did wake up in the middle, and but like I take a lot of sleep meds to go to sleep, so I was very concerned about that as well. And I heard him saying like, yeah, you can give her more medication, and that was that. So it was it was a colonoscopy. Usually people are upset about the prep, but for me it was more the procedure itself. But just because other people have their experience doesn't mean that you have to.